Might be ultimately the good person in this story because not only is the person that she's sitting across from a cop, but also one that is, you know, one that has shot his former wife.
Was considered an office and left it back in my house. I just don't see the rest of my job. It's just I want you to get mad.
All right, Matthew. Look.
Uh-oh. He says she's bi-sitting. Stop.
Known you a long time.
Yes, sir.
This bag, you saw it, and you moved into the apartment to live on Lake.
I didn't know.
And your stepdad and women saw it, and another female saw it. Right? At the house, in the apartment. Yes or no? So you moved from the apartment.
When I moved, like I said, I had all my stuff in the white trailer.
That's not what I'm asking you. When you all were in the process of moving, and you moved into the house that you're at now, your residence, did you or did you not see this bag?
Yes, sir, it was in my storage room in the garage.
All right. Now, why would I be holding a picture of this bag?
I guess because Jessica was with it too.
Why would Jessica have it if you had it at your house?
I don't know. I guess somebody got it from my garage or my shed.
Who would have gotten it?
There's a couple of people.
All right.
Exactly who.
Detective Hayes is having a difficult time confronting Boynton about the facts at hand. He's reluctant to tell Boynton that he knows the story isn't true, but his obvious frustration with the matter gives Boynton a clue that his story isn't carrying the weight that he needs it to. Hayes gives Boynton another chance to tell the truth. If he's seen the bag in his new house, which Boynton confirms, yes, it was in the white trailer. They ask how it could have came back up, how someone could have gotten to it to either place it or take it, and Boynton resorts to an excuse that law enforcement is no stranger to. Someone else must have done it.
And inside that bag, there were numerous contents inside of it. And one of those is this right here. Do you know what this is?
I don't necessarily understand how this is like a big criminal charge for what it almost feels like, maybe I'm misunderstanding it, but it almost feels like that bag could have just he could have accidentally kept it in his storage shed or something full of his ex-wife's clothes or whatever, and then didn't realize that he had it or something, you know what I mean? So I don't know how this pertains to I'm letting him cook, but I just want to understand how this ties back to him actually shooting her.
It's like Jessica's older parent and she had a man together.
The bag was completely filled with female clothes. This is one photo of it. That's not yours,
No.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's not yours,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who did that belong to?
That's kind of Jessica's grandma. What's the Jessica's between?
If it was in that, if it was in this right here, where would that have been at?
All their stuff in the
What would it have been at?
it would have been the garage that I just said.
Which is where?
It was at my house.
Is that your house?
Yes, sir.
Did you buy that for Jessica?
I don't recall. I don't think I did.
Because she
I
had,
think her grandparents did.
because she had retainers before she met you, right? Before y'all got married, right?
I believe so.
So that would make it whose property?
Hers.
Not yours, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
They're hey, I know you might have shot your wife in the head, but also, did you know property theft, including old retainers, is a crime? That's right. Fuck the other thing, but that's what it feels like right now. I'm sure it's gonna get to that, but
Whose bag is that?
Jessica.
bag,
It's got all their stuff in it.
so why would you not have brought that to us when you noticed, when you saw the bag and moving?
Sarge, I promise I've not been to that bag. The last time I used that
Thank
bag
you, I
was for the
didn't
gym.
ask you that, thank you, listen to me, buddy.
I
Who's,
understand
who's business is,
what you're saying, it's just 'cause I should have thought about that.
you know,
Yes.
all things, and I don't know anything about your addiction, all things involved reference to this case. All the going around, the statement that you wrote. Where's the statement? The statement that you wrote. What's that statement? I didn't read it. I don't know what the statement said, what did it say?
It's just very brief. You gave Jessica her property back. I gave her a computer and everything.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Whose is this bag?
It's Jessica. I just didn't think about it 'cause I used it as a gym bag and she didn't use it. I understand what you're saying.
Detective Hayes points out that, per Matthew's own words, it was a bag that, as far as Matthew can recall, was relegated to gym duty. But if it was a gym bag that Matthew used, there was no way that the bag would be filled with Jessica's personal items and clothing. Boynton's demeanor shifts, from fingers intertwined in front of him, a stature of certainty and authority, to lowering his hands towards his legs. This is indicative of lowering his defenses, and more specifically in this case, his immediate defenses being overpowered. Boynton knows that he's in trouble, big trouble, but is hoping something or someone can still keep this under wraps.
Yeah, you're a police officer. You're a police officer, that you know your power standard than anybody else. You know, people don't expect us to make mistakes, they don't realize we do. I understand that. You understand that.
She needs more than that.
What? What? Is he saying he's gonna help cover it up again? Like, what the fuck? Hold up. I don't get it. Look, Gary's no longer in the room, you know? Don't worry about it. I got you.
You work out a lot, stay in shape, stay in shape, right? Get 2 things, you just walk yourself in. What's the opinion on your bag? How would you not do that? If this was your gym bag.
Bro, I'm not crazy, right? Can someone explain to me? Bro, this is like an insanely stupid line of questioning. Like, not only do I not understand how the like gym bag is like related to this, and I'm sure there's gonna be a big reveal at the end, but I also don't understand why he's going so hard on the gym bag thing, where by being like, well, you know, if this was your gym bag, you would know what's in it, right? Like, it's like, what the fuck?
Like you said, I should have thought about it in public.
It's like having 2 cars.
That's it. It's like they're just getting him on perjury because he lied about bringing everything back that belonged to Jessica. I'm losing. There's no fucking way this guy actually. What? Bro, how the fuck did they let him get away?
We have possession of the bag. Yes, sir. We have evidence. It says it came out of your story room. True.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, sir. Said I just don't want to watch it.
Do you believe that statement to be accurate and true?
Not now.
Do you believe in him?
No, sir.
Detective Hayes is in a position that's even worse than before. He now has to deal with Boynton as not only a suspect, but a suspect who is a uniformed officer, who is most likely guilty of a crime, who has unwaveringly lied to the police, and who is the grandson of the sheriff. Detective Hayes knows that regardless of the outcome now, his career has most likely been jeopardized. Matthew Boynton's actions have now seemingly directly affected Detective Hayes. Boynton admits for the first time the origins of the bag, and it came from his storage room.
See any water or something right there? You sure? I got some right here. We'll be right back.
While Detective Hayes is smoking a cigarette and pondering the predicament everyone is now in, Boynton begins to remove his gear, seemingly knowing that the end result would be his termination as a Griffin police officer.
Sorry, man. I had to smoke a cigarette.
Matthew, yeah.
I'm walking around outside. Why
Yeah.
did you say you didn't have the damn bag when you had it? You know you can't give a sworn statement and lie on it.
No, sir.
Why would you do that, Matthew? It was a bag, man. It wasn't. It's not like it was. Talk to me, man. I mean, help me understand.
This is some hard-hitting police work. I feel safer. Yeah, I mean, look, there ain't no dirty bag stealers out there running in the streets, okay? Just like there ain't no top-of-the-hour ad watchers out here, okay? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. Now, if you no longer want to see them ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free. Okay, chances are you've already subscribed for $5 or for free, or maybe you got gifted. So, and therefore now you are avoiding the top of the hour. But if you're not, you know, those are the methods to do so. All right? Here's a 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour now. Yusuf Ali, 24th, I ain't if I get the subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour either, okay? That's right, hoorah, crap sack. Thank you for the
the
didn't.
bag? Did you not know you had the bag?
I'm sorry, mine's really, I fucked up, I know I didn't. I should have turned it in, but not only because I'm a cop, because I should.
Ed the reply guy, thank you for the 5 get the subs. I should have returned it not only because I'm a cop, but because of Jessica.
It was the right thing to do, man.
Hayes returns confused and angry, with a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. He demands to know why Boynton would lie about something so trivial like a bag. Why would Boynton make sworn statements about something so inconsequential in the grand scheme of things? Matthew tries to claim that it's all a misunderstanding. Of course it must be a misunderstanding, because why would he lie? He has children and another on the way. It would make no sense to lie. Later interviews with Boynton's girlfriend would reveal that she had pointed out the bag several times, and that Boynton thought the entire situation was nothing more than a joke, even going so far as to make light about the shooting.
If I would have thought about it then, I wouldn't messed up in business position because of my kids.
Well, why didn't you turn the bag in when you damn moved? Because it's too. You think you're gonna get in trouble if you turn it in late?
Yes, I don't know what's wrong with her. Mine.
What do you think should happen now?
That's probably inappropriate.
No, that's not what I asked you. It's what do you think should happen?
There's the kids, and my kids are fucking daddy's boys, man. If I would have thought about it, I would have done it.
Oh,
He's supposed to be like, I thought it was okay to do it when I'm on the job, man. I got too used to shooting people. It's fine, I thought. What the fuck?
all the stuff that you see about you, you know if you're in possession of something that belonged to her, you know you could have brought it to me. You know I'm gonna do
I literally don't understand why he's like so afraid, because at this stage it just feels like he lied about returning all of his possessions when he didn't. Okay, who cares? Like, I legitimately don't understand it. Maybe you guys are seeing something that I'm not seeing, but I don't know why the fuck this cop feels so scared.
the right thing, you know I have to do the right thing. I would have took care of it. I would have gotten the bag back to her. But when you knew you had the bag and you didn't do anything about it, then you put me in a situation where I don't have any other choice.
I'm clear. I'm clear.
In between sobs, Boynton removes the rest of his gear, placing it on the table. He says that he's been afraid every day of coming into work and having something come to light. He whimpers, saying that this is going to have an effect on his children. Hayes says something which is reminiscent of the nepotism that we've discussed, that if he would have came to him with the bag and the information, he could have made it all go away, or at least framed it in a way to where it would go away. If Boynton would have taken some responsibility and tried to close that chapter, maybe, just maybe, Hayes could have helped him with a way out. But he didn't, and now Hayes and the rest of the department has been forced into a corner.
There's no excuse for it. Here. You know, it's got that on it. It's so hard, like, working. I love working here.
I know you do.
I'm so, ask Jim, I'm so scared to come to work every day.
Why?
Because every time I did, you know, there's always 1179 or 1022 to go, 222, and there's always something. I don't know, maybe if I volunteer, I was gonna get fired or whatever, man. I don't know. I'm so young and stupid.
But Matthew, you know doing the right thing regardless. It doesn't matter. If you do the right thing, you can live with yourself.
9 times out of 10, I do. I mean, that's what I was right.
But the one time I just happened to shoot my wife, like, what the fuck is going on? I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, he got caught. He got caught with the fucking bag. I don't know. The pack bag means it doesn't make sense that she would kill herself because she was planning to leave. I know, but there's still an out there, you know what I mean? I guess ultimately it doesn't matter because the victim is alive, right? She went through a coma, lost the custody of her children. But ultimately, that's it. That's what happened.
Even if you found the bag, you should have said ALT. I got something. Smile for me and talk to me.
I don't know what I was thinking, dude. I don't know if it's because I was scared. I mean, I told you, I come to work every day scared. There's no excuse. I'm not trying to make one for myself.
Hey, LT, I shot my wife in the head.
Just like, only thing I can think about now is the kids, man. My kids.
What? Oh my god. Wait, what?
If you know, you swear an oath, we swear that it's honest. And you know you can't lie. And you can't lie in an investigation, you know that.
I thought she cuffed him, but I didn't realize she had a child. The cousin.
Trivial win over getting her belongings back and Matthew destroying his career would be all that Jessica would get. After Jessica's recovery, she lost custody of her children. Any evidence supporting the idea that she was a victim.
I'm sorry, what the fuck happened? So after all that, he did. Wait. Jessica Boynton. Wait, what? Hold on. What? There's a New Yorker article on this. Wait, what? Bro, okay. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking say it, dude. Alright? This is why motherfuckers literally thought Tory Lanez was gonna get away with it. That's it. Matthew Boynton went to have dinner with a colleague at a Waffle House. He received text from his wife Jessica said, I can't do this anymore. Take care of the children. Please tell them I love them every day. I've been suffering for a while now and no one has noticed. I have not been able to recognize the person I see in the mirror. This is not the first time I had suicidal thoughts. I love you and the boys. Matthew called EMS and asked them to go to the house because he was afraid of what Jessica may have done to herself or her children. When Matthew got back to the apartment, he said he heard 2 gunshots as he approached. He quickly ran to the bedroom where his son typically slept, and when he didn't see him there, he ran back outside, saying he wasn't sure if it was an active shooter scenario. When the police showed up, the older son was asleep in his bedroom and the baby was in his crib. The officers found Jessica in her bedroom closet. She suffered a gunshot wound to the head with Matthew's service weapon. 2 shots. The police called Jessica's grandparents who raised her to inform them that Jessica had committed suicide. They couldn't believe it. It didn't make sense. They said whenever they drove to the gun range, Jessica would sit out. She'd say she didn't want to do anything. Just his sister showed up and asked Matthew if he killed her. He insisted he had not, that Jessica shot herself. There's just one problem. Megan Browning and her husband, their neighbors, said they heard shots at 11 p.m., not 1 a.m. when Matthew reported the crime. Another couple who lived nearby also told the police they heard shots around 11 p.m. Megan Browning, who was actually friends with Jessica, wanted to tell the police more about what she knew, but they interviewed for 8 minutes, left and never returned. That's interesting. Jessica had no gunpowder on her hands. Her gunshot wound was at the top of her skull. How would she be able to position the gun to shoot herself from that angle? And one indentation on the closet wall showed at least 1 bullet had been fired from an upward angle. When they went through Matthew's phone, it showed that after receiving Jessica's suicidal text, he'd actually responded to a text from his mistress, Courtney, before calling the police. Matthew responded to a joke from Courtney Calloway. I'm sorry, I didn't think about that, lol, he wrote. Then he called the MS. Can you please dispatch a unit out to my location, he said calmly, in reference to my wife. There wasn't enough evidence to prove suicide, but also not enough to prove Matthew killed her. But in a twist of fate, despite the gruesome injuries Jessica suffered, it turns out she did not die. The doctors put her in a medically induced coma and waited for her to wake up. Everyone was waiting with bated breath for Jessica to regain consciousness to confirm whether she'd attempted suicide or her husband Matthew actually shot her. A Georgia Bureau of Investigation summary of an interview with Jessica's neurosurgeon noted that he called the circumstances of her injuries suspicious, but the agent who conducted the interview failed to record the conversation, saying he hadn't charged his audio recorder. King, her neurosurgeon, said you'd think that it would have been simple enough to put bags on her hands and test them for gunshot residue. I was wondering why, but then it came to pass that her husband was a police officer and her granddaddy was the sheriff, so I understood. 3 weeks after being put in a coma, Jessica finally woke up. Turns out, cops only good at mag dumping people, not very good at shooting someone and then making it seem like it's suicide. You know what I mean? That's the only thing they're good at, bro. Stormtrooper aim, motherfucker. Couldn't even shoot and kill his wife by shooting her in the fucking head. Can you believe it? Anyway. Woo! Goddamn. She could not tell the police definitively how she had been shot or who did it. She thought she'd been in a car accident because she didn't remember anything about the shooting. The GBI agents asked if she had ever handled Matthew's gun. No, I can't even get it out of the case, she said. She wasn't sure how to unlock the safety lever on the holster. Have you ever had any thoughts about hurting yourself? No, never, she said. Her surgeon wrote that she was a very positive person who's embracing the opportunity that a new lease on life afforded her by her recent recovery. She has a sense of humor and a gentle personality. She speaks lovingly of her children and the need and desire to see them. A psychiatrist who assessed her for depression apparently saw no need to give her a diagnosis or refer her for treatment. The second psychiatrist thought she had an appropriate mood and affect, appropriate judgment and insight. Get this, when she finally recovered enough to leave the hospital, Jessica could not come within 300 yards of her children. Matthew had filed a protective order because family violence occurred in the past and they may recur in the future. Dude, this is one of the worst stories I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, it's like, not many things give you an accurate and very clear picture of pure evil, but this one is one of those instances. By the way, a parallel can be seen within this story and Tory Lanez as well, because it's not just that this motherfucker was a cop and his granddaddy was a sheriff. That certainly played a big role. But also, that exact same misogynistic attitude, 1,000,000% absolutely diminished her already low standing, I guess. It made the court believe that she was suicidal because it doesn't matter, regardless of what the psychiatrist said, regardless of what the medical professionals said about her, they were like, oh, she must have been suicidal. When the protective order expired, he petitioned to have it extended for another year. Holy fuck, I can't believe they doubled down on it, citing Jessica's grandparents not believing she shot herself. So he didn't think they were of sound mind to take care of the children. When Jessica's lawyers pointed out that the emergency room doctors disagree with the manner, Matthew responded by saying, I only care about the GBI report. Jessica's friend, Megan Browning, the one who heard the shots happening hours before Matthew claimed that he did, wanted to testify at the hearing. She wanted to bear witness to the abuse she said Jessica had suffered. But she wanted to speak to the judge privately in chambers because she was afraid Matthew and the repercussions from his law enforcement buddies. The judge refused, so no witnesses testified in the hearing. In September 2016, the GBI closed its case, concluding that Jessica's wounds were self-inflicted. Her DNA had been found on the gun, which was to be expected. She had been lying on it. Neither Matthew nor Jessica had been given a gunpowder residue test. She was lying on the gun. That's why her DNA was on the gun. You understand? But they didn't do a GSR. They deferred to the medical examiner who spent 1 hour on the case and never examined Jessica. He concluded that Jessica had shot herself, though he indicated that his assessment would have been more definitive had there been a photo of Jessica's wound before she had surgery. But Jessica's aunt Kathy had in fact taken a picture of Jessica's wound on her phone in the hospital. She gave it to the agents. Somehow, the photo never ended up on the GBI report. Bro, 2 shots, man, that's it. What do you mean? They interviewed 8 police officers, some of whom were Matthew's good friends. One told the agents that Matthew was telling me how she kind of acts crazy sometimes when she don't get her way. The GBI did not interview any of Jessica's family or friends. They didn't even look at the victim. Matthew was never charged in connection with Jessica's shooting. He was only later charged with lying to police about returning Jessica's belongings when an ex-girlfriend came forward and said that she knew he still had a bag of her stuff. Matthew's case was presented to a grand jury in July 2018. Under Georgia law, police officers, unlike civilians, have a right to make a prepared statement at the end of a grand jury hearing. There is no public record of the proceeding. Dude, the entire fucking state is off. But the grand jury chose not to indict Matthew either for making false statements or for violating his oath. 4 months later, he was hired as a reserve officer in Braswell, Georgia, a community of 400 people. Wow. That is insane, dude. Holy fuck, that is mind-numbingly crazy. Pure evil, just all the dick in the balls, dude. Everything right there, laid bare for you to fucking see. Oh my fucking lord, dude.
Victim was either dismissed or not allowed to be heard. Nepotism, yet again, is the most likely reason behind the truly unjust outcome that Jessica faced. It is almost guaranteed that this was a result of the close ties between Matthew's grandfather, the captain.
Yeah, fuck this shit. I cannot. Small town hired him to kill their wives too. Dude, this guy's still a cop, bro. I feel like there's more to this story that is like interesting, rather than just nepotism. What's crazy about that story, okay? What's crazy about that fucking story is the fact that the fact that he saw no repercussions and motherfuckers were more upset about like the stolen items than what that stolen item, like the stolen item is nothing. He shot his fucking wife. Bro, Nice bathroom. You missed it. We watched his RDC video already. Stop spamming it. It almost feels like the cops were more upset that he just like got. You know what I mean?
With a heavy heart that I bring you all some sad news about Joe Rogan.
He got after all their attempts to fucking cover his ass. Like, literally, that conversation, I see that conversation in an entirely different light. Now that I know everything I know about this case, what do I mean by this? Okay, before we get to the Charlie thing. What do I mean by that? That motherfucker literally was like, why did you not give us everything, you fucking idiot? We already were covering you. We already had covered you, and now we have to fire you, you fucking dumbass. That's what that cop was saying. Literally. That cop wasn't saying like, oh man, I'm so disappointed in you for lying to the police about not giving back everything of your wife. No. He literally was like, why didn't you dispose of the fucking bag? Or why didn't you just give it to us? We would have still defended you, you fucking dingus. Verbatim. Fuck that other cop. I would investigate that other fucking cop. He literally said, you should have been smarter about, you know, covering your fucking footsteps. That's crazy. Oh, the mustache looks incredible. Good job. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating it. It's for you guys. It's all for you. What a bingus. That triggered me. Holy shit. Alright, let's watch this.
I get no pleasure in talking about this, but I think it's important to address. Joe Rogan has done something remarkably silly, if you can believe that. He made a bit of a boo-boo, a mistake, a very public mistake, and one that I am personally involved in. Now I'll go ahead and be upfront and honest out the gate here, because honesty is the best policy, as my old fourth grade teacher used to say, God rest their soul. I don't really listen to Rogan much anymore. It's been quite some time since I've watched or listened to a full Rogan episode, but I do still keep...
Wow. Woke mind virus got to this man as well. Okay? Very clear. Very clear that woke mind virus got to Charlie. He doesn't listen to Joe Rogan. He's not one of us anymore. Okay, I'll tell you what.
Keep up to a certain degree, and recently he made a bit of a blunder on his show. Now, I'm also very familiar with the memes that have floated around about Rogan for at least a couple of years now about him being dead. And after this clip, I'm starting to believe in the conspiracy. Maybe Joe Rogan really did pass away a while back and he's been replaced by an AI chat GPT. Because I cannot wrap my head around how he even made this mistake. So what happened is Joe Rogan was talking about a very sad video he watched of a father-son boxing match where the father beat the shit out of his son and he disappeared and it made him sick. Hearing that story really does kind of make most people a little confused and maybe even angry. But the problem is, what Joe Rogan is describing is not the reality of what he watched. What he was talking about is the Creator Clash, which was a YouTuber boxing event, and the match in particular he's referring to is Matt Watson versus Dad. Dad is the YouTuber's online handle. So Joe Rogan watched that and believed it was a real father-son boxing match. And where I get involved is I was literally one of the commentators for this match. So you'd have to actually be watching that with the sound off and very close to passing out from overdosing on Xanax to even for 1 second believe what you were witnessing was a real father-son match. I saw a video.
Dude, this one went on LSF. This video went on LSF, and it's like a goof, you know what I mean? It's just like me reacting to this went on LSF, and the entire section was like, Hassan's a fucking piece of shit. Like, literally, it was crazy, bro. Like, it's fun, man. We're having fun. We're having fucking fun. Joe Rogan got in, like, one of the most transparent ways possible that basically shows that, like, he doesn't have a good grasp on things happening on the internet because he thinks clickbait is real, okay? We all get got sometimes. But he could have, like, at least done a little bit more critical thinking. Like, is this really a father and a son? fighting one another? Why does the son have the daddy tattoo on his chest? You know, that sort of thing. And it was insane to me, like, it was insane to me that they were just like, Hassan is way dumber than Joe Rogan. It was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, we can't even have fun anymore. It's just like, everything has to turn into like a dick riding competition. Holy fuck. Anyway.
Today of a boxing match between a father and a son. It made me so sad. It made me so sad. Because there's this young kid. He looks like he's probably like 17 or 18. And the father's 42. And the father beats the shit out of him. I mean, like, dings him in the head and keeps punching him. I'm like, that's your son. That's your son.
What I find extremely entertaining about this situation is he has an entire team around him, and not a single one bothered to correct him until the very end after he'd already made a fool of himself. They're probably just like giggling, listening to him tell this story, just waiting for the moment to drive the knife in to let him know, like, no, you actually got that super fucked up. You got that so twisted, that's not what happened. But this isn't even a matter of Joe Rogan not doing research. This goes a step beyond this. This is a matter of Joe Rogan not even bothering to turn the sound on to the video he's talking about. Because if you unmuted it, you would hear us, the commentators, explaining like the event and the situation and what was going on. So he had to have watched this with the sound off in order to even come close to misunderstanding.
This is the video Joe saw. This video.
It's your boy, Booba Sports TV. This is what happens when your kids get out of line and you can legally put hands on them. You go in a celebrity boxing match and you show them out in front of the entire world. Father puts hands on a son that was getting out of control and disrespectful. This is the results. So,
bro, how the fuck did Joe Rogan even find this? Please explain how the fuck Joe Rogan even found this version of events.
Understanding what was happening. And even then...
Oh, Facebook. You're right. I bet it's on... Because that dummy doesn't even go on YouTube, probably. He only goes on Facebook, right? Oh, that's right. Dude, this is so good. I just... Because, like, it's hard to find that version. Rather than the original one, that's like a million of them, you know? The original version of that video is so much easier to find than the Blue Blood commentary. You know what I mean? Blue Blood Sport.
That's a stretch. You'd also have to be way too high to read, because when they walk out, their subscriber numbers are posted under their name. So, like, all of the signs and clues are there and drilled into the spectator's head, and somehow it misses Joe entirely, which is just wild to me. And I love that he's wearing like an astronaut spacesuit during this this rant that he goes on here, because it fits the mood.
Hi Hassan, I just want to apologize for my comment a few days ago minimizing Tory Lane's story. I didn't realize how it was being covered in a way that was misogynist and racist. I was being selfish. You should have opened my ears before opening my mouth. Sorry again. I wish you happy holidays. So good, man. No problem. Justice was served. Joe Rogan literally used to start hanging out with Hassan so Hassan could drag his ass back in the light. No, Joe Rogan would never hang out with me. And no, Joe Rogan just needs to exercise like a little bit of fucking critical thinking. Just like a little bit.
Beautifully.
It's crazy because Charlie pretty much says what you say, but everyone agrees with them. Okay. I do kind of want to... This is truly the biggest mistake ever that Joe Rogan's done. It made me feel bad for Joe. It was like watching an old person trying to learn Facebook. Here, so most of the comments are in agreement with Charlie, right? Let's take a look at the LSF. I want to show you, like, Charlie has basically covered the story in the identical fashion that I've covered it on my stream earlier today. Hold on a moment. Let's fucking take a look. Where the fuck is it? I didn't even realize it was on LSF. I didn't realize it was even my clip for the most part. But I saw the FBI Fifth Amendment clip on LSF, so I literally was like, we're gonna do okay, buddy, after this Charlie video. Shut the fuck up, okay? Where the fuck is it? Did he delete it? What happened? It's Chris Christmas Eve. Why are we on LSF? I just want to show something, okay? I just want to show something. How about you shut the fuck up and stop complaining about what I decide to do on what day, okay? God damn it, dude. There's also some good stuff here. There's like a revenge porn discourse happening in the space currently. I didn't even realize. Fuck, I can't find it. Never mind. No, I don't care about the clip itself. Okay. I don't care about the Joe Rogan gets clickbaited clip. I want to see the LSF comments. People were so fucking mad, dude. They were so mad. I feel like you should send Charlie the vid so we can let his viewers know that Joe Rogan actually saw it, because obviously Joe Rogan's still an idiot, but it still makes him like a Facebook grandpa dummy instead of like half a brain cell. Yeah. It's in my logs. No, it's not. It's not in your logs. That's not true. It's not! No, it's not. It's not in your logs. Stop saying it's in your logs. Just checked. It got deleted. Oh, they deleted it? That's weird. You can't link it in the chat. It's an LSF link. We don't allow LSF links. Anyway. I guess they deleted it. Anyway, what is this? Sometimes I want to put like all cat lovers on a different planet, dude. That's it. On a spaceship to a different planet. It's just like, what are we doing? I'm looking for something, and like the thing that you're fucking sending me is like completely irrelevant. It's just a cat.
It's such a wonderful compliment. Now, to be fair to Joe, in his defense, at the end of the clip, he mentioned that the video title he watched misled him. And in that clip that he references, the original audio is gone and replaced with a guy lying about the whole situation. And I just still don't understand why Joe would just take all of that at face value without just watching the original clip without the voiceover. I feel like he would have done both. Like, after being made aware of the situation, he then would have watched the original. But then maybe I'm putting too much faith in his process. Like, maybe I'm giving too much credit for his researching. Maybe he just watched this YouTuber voiceover that fed him a lot of misinformation and just instantly believed it without a second thought.
And we're watching you beat your son up, because I get your son probably got cocky with you, but and he celebrates after he knocks his son out. It made me so sad. Because first of all, I'm like, that kid has brain damage now, 100%. Maybe it's just a little. Maybe he'll be fine. Maybe he'll get over it. But maybe you fucked him up. That can happen too. He might be depressed from now on after that. It might fuck up his pituitary gland. It happens to people.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, the type of dude to watch a Darman video and take it seriously and be like, this happened in real life, and the lessons that were instilled in this is brilliant. That's crazy, man. Look at him. Look at how like hard he goes for this fucking video. God, that's so good. It's so fucking funny, man. It's so good. Stop saying it like I don't care anymore.
You're supposed to like touch him up. You're supposed to not even hurt him. Like slam him in the body a little bit. Like, you think he can fight? Okay, dude, have a little boxing match. You don't tee off on your son's face on television. It's crazy.
That is crazy, and I really love the fantasy Joe was in for however brief a time, that he had just watched a clip from a television broadcast where a father beats the fuck out of their son live in front of an audience as everyone cheers. That is such an amazing, like, visual. And Joe's like, this is madness. What are we, barbarians? What happened to civilization? We're watching fathers beat their son for sport. What's next? Are we going back to the Coliseum? Blood sports? Watching people die? When will the madness end? What's next in this lunacy? It's just so wild that this actually happened.
How old was the kid?
Kid looks young. To me, he looks like, he could be 20. He could be 19. He looks young. He's real skinny. And the father's kind of jacked. Not too jacked, but, he's fit. and he can fucking punch. He knows how to box. And the son doesn't look like he has any idea what the fuck he's doing. I don't know what the thing was. Like, someone sent it to me, and they were like cheering that this old guy knocked his son out. I was like, you guys are crazy. That you failed. You failed as a man. Yeah, this is it.
That's not exactly what was happening.
It's not. What is it?
They're not fathers.
Oh, why does it lie? It says father knocks out son at celebrity boxing match.
Yeah, 'cause somebody clicked on it.
Oh,
This was like a YouTuber thing. This guy's a YouTuber and he's a YouTuber.
I'm such a sucker.
For some reason, this was oddly cute, where he's like, "Oh, why would they lie?" Reminds me of that scene in Arthur about, would someone really do that? Go online and tell lies? Like, Joe is just like so trusting. He's like,
Oh, stop. He made the same joke that I made. Come on, bro. It's like there's got to be a case study on this shit, okay? Guy who everybody likes on the internet having the exact same take as like guy who has polarizing fucking thoughts, covering the story in the exact same fucking way, like literally the exact same fucking way, and then watching the reactions unfold.
I got betrayed. The title misled me. Man, I'm such a sucker. Like, at least he owned up to it. Like, I appreciate that he didn't try and fight and get defensive about it. Now, I went to the video here, and it's only 30 seconds, and it's actually none of the audio from the actual event. It's another man.
Yeah, it is. It's flirting versus sexual assault. It's unspoken riz versus sexual assault. Okay, that's what it is, dude. It's crazy.
Hey, Zutan, how you doing, man?
A father-son grudge match.
Merry Christmas,
I
man.
guess for some reason, Joe Rogan took all of that at face value. I just find it hard to believe that he only watched that 30-second clip. And
Yeah, it's already
because Joe Rogan questions.
it's already the 25th, isn't it?
So he's just going to a random channel in like 360p because it's been fucking ripped and re-uploaded 1,000 times, so it's in shit quality.
Yeah, we're gonna open presents when Justin gets home.
A completely random stranger online telling
Justin's doing a double shift tomorrow.
convinced that he just received this random email and just watches everything that gets
He's doubling up, man.
video. He tells
Hey,
sits there,
I installed Heroes. I was gonna play Heroes if you're here,
no matter how small, and just believing every single
since you like watching Heroes.
That just doesn't strike me as
Yeah, since you subbed to my
I guess it could be.
you subbed to my thing, so I was gonna play I was gonna play it while you're here. I'll do a Christmas I'll do a Christmas
We all know you love Joe Rogan's long nips.
a Christmas
How great his nipples are. He has the best nipples.
what were you saying?
Legitimately.
A Christmas butcher.
A better set of udders than Joe Rogan.
Since you're gonna be here for a second before you leave.
Pull up the picture. 'Cause
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I can dig it.
But no, he didn't copy it. Joe Rogan's nipples are insane. Like Charlie also is fascinated with the same shit that I'm fascinated with. What, you want to watch the rest of it? It's like, how many times have I talked about Joe Rogan's nipples on this fucking broadcast? Fuck you. Here.
Two tiny little fingers. I know this happens every time I bring up Joe Rogan's nipples. It always blows my mind that more people haven't seen these. They're so cool. It casts its own shadow. I've talked about that before too. Joe Rogan's nipples are kind of like the thing Carl
Did I get something for free?
proved the world was round using like two pillars.
Did I get a present?
Experiment where they like erected two pillars and judging by the shadow they were able to deduce that the world was round. You can do that same experiment on Joe Rogan's nipples.
I don't get nothing for free.
Miles, yeah. Like I said, he's got the best pair in the game. Like, not even close. I have never seen nipples that look like Joe's. I didn't even think they could. They're like two tiny little tater tots.
They're so suckable.
I thought it said like you log in and you get a
Attach a car battery to them.
mount. Or
Oh my god, you couldn't
I th-
not comment on those.
do you think I have the mount?
God, referring to Joseph Rogan's nipples as biglets, dude. What the fuck, bro? What the absolute fuck?
Oh well.
Oh my
Either way,
God, that's
I'll
so
try to play
good. That's so fucking
while you're here. See what happens.
biglets, dude. No.
See what happens.
E-Machine, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Holy fuck, dude. I mean, they are suckable, okay? They are endlessly suckable. I told you before, I would suck the TRT right out of those titties, dude, like a fucking cat. No.
Why is your website in a different language? Because for some reason when I googled his nipples, it defaulted to whatever language this is. I don't know why. But it's my tweet that it went to, which is cool. Why do they protrude so much? Has he talked about his condition of his nipples? That's a great question. Has he ever talked about them? I imagine he must have at some point. Like, at least somewhat addressed it. Like, hey, here's what's up with my nipples. I see nothing wrong with them. I think they're glorious. But I don't think you're going to see many of these out there in the world. These are rare. Dude was in a cold bath? Yeah, obviously he was in a cold bath. That doesn't change it. Like, if I'm cold, like, let's say I poured ice into a bucket and I just sat in the bucket for, like, a couple minutes. My nipples would get hard, but they wouldn't look like that. They don't, like, wumbo your nips. And it also wouldn't just delete his areolas. I don't know where his areolas went, but they were not there anymore.
Yeah.
Possibly from thinking about.
I don't even know when the season started.
All right. This was crazy.
No one. How is the wait so long? I thought people were playing this game.
Partner.
No one plays?
Okay.
Is it that bad?
He said he can't get a partnership because his content is reactionary, but like not the actual word reactionary, like as a political term, but just like he does a lot of react content.
Or a season is
That's crazy.
or no one plays.
Something happened to Caroline. Maya had the same issue. I didn't even know this was a thing. You know what?
Am I on EU?
This is very interesting.
No, I can't be on EU.
I've seen this before. You do what they say, and you make a sort of content that's not reacting.
It can't be EU.
I mean,
Oh, well, there you go. That was fast.
same time, it's like, oops. Like, what does that mean then? You know what I mean? What does that put? Where does that put?
Christmas Butcher, there I am. How about Christmas Butcher? I thought that was a good idea, like a Christmas butcher.
What I do know, it's time for fucking. It's time. It's time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, it's Christmas time. Butcher Christmas time.
Wait, what? That's not what that means. It means the numbers of success are a reaction of other channels and being on other channels.
Yep, it's butcher time.
Something happened to mine, not actual reaction. Wait,
It's gonna fuck up a motherfucker with a butcher in their face.
that's literally how every single Twitch streamer.
And look, they banned
might be.
the butcher components right here. They must be trying to get butcher. If you ban these two fucks. These two are direct counters to butcher.
Okay.
And they banned them.
Okay, buddy, it's sound time. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done okay, buddy.
They must be trying to get butcher.
Today,
There's no way you ban them two and
did a week
not
ago.
go for butcher.
Why did Beard yell at me in the checkout line? Oh my god.
Well, so far we're
Every time I
winning.
shower, I run my hands through my hair.
Because I can kill Li Ming. easily.
In there.
See, it's like I never left the game.
Okay.
I'm talking like I never left the game. I hope Microsoft buys Blizzard and makes this a real game and puts it on mobile and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft, you know what I mean? I hope they. Even the boss of Microsoft said that he wants to put money into StarCraft and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Or sister, or envy. I'm gonna be.
I hope they really put money in this game, make it mobile,
And I like to switch up my beard.
shit like that. You know?
I can go through unique styles and still pull them off. This heritage not.
Yeah, put some money in it. Why not?
I can't pull it off.
But I don't like Blizzard putting money into a survival game.
I am certain.
They're making a survival game. It's gonna survival games suck, man.
I know
They're wasting their money
my Elden Ring
on a survival. Unless it's an Escape from Tarkov Blizzard, then fuck that. If it's just what's that other game?
That part doesn't make any sense. Booted up the stream and the first thing I see.
Here, I'll do my Christmas outfit. It has red in it.
Dog, look at my uncle. Christmas dinner is gonna be rough. Yeah, that's a good one. Fair. Fair. Chat learning to shave, not a stepdad, but the dad who stepped up. Yeah, was it? Is that what it felt like, chat? He weird. Thank you for the 5 get the subs. I am weird. Himbo Lorian, we have you 3-1. I like those odds. That's from yesterday's debate. What a callback! In 23 hours, just blew the fuck up on. Okay, buddy. Holy shit. Huzzah, the last supper. Who invited my man Blood, bro? He thinks he's on the team. This is another fucking meme that we watched or I use as a blast off. General Hank Custer. If you're gonna fuck our moms, at least teach us how to shave. Exactly, dude. Haas Mercury. I'll take it. It's a me, Hasio. Dexerto retweeted this. We watched this already when Dexerto retweeted it, but let's give it a rewatch. They should have.
Yeah, I seen the trailers for it.
Let's go. They're gonna get a stern talk and go over here.
Yeah, I downloaded the battle Diablo 2. Christmas Butcher.
I saw a meme of people being like, wow, why does Mario have a rainbow road? Can something not be gay for once?
Look, I'm
It
naked,
basically describes conservative.
naked Christmas Butcher.
Like, that's just like, oh, Mario's been impacted by LGBT culture. And that to me is like conservative resentment. There was like a conservative fucking unironically saying like they're trying to queer our children because Mario has a rainbow road. Fucking hilarious. That's crazy. Like the real problem isn't fucking trying to queer our children. The real problem is making it want the hippopotamus for Christmas. Dude, okay, don't just draw it, okay? I do want it. Composition was too good not to. Merry Christmas, Hossie. Thanks for letting me, getting me through this rough ass week. You've been company. I genuinely better person. You know, you will be like, sketch, take care.
Send them all here.
The stash is back, y'all.
Woohoo! Butchered right in your face.
Day 14, blue sweater with a flower.
That was a butcher in your face.
Day 15, they're watching the audacity of billionaires pitching a tantrum on Twitter, or the Dan's game category in
In your face, butchered.
I like to take questions. Day 16, bonus, better fight this right. That's Morocco. Day 17, banana field. Day 18, bonus, man, this is great. This is a great recap of this month because it kind of shows like how much fucking jam-packed content I served you. Like that's just this month. Day 18, Piper featuring Fiona. Day 19, the sad eye shirt and hoodie looks cool. Day 20, he's wearing Will Neff merch. Day 21, really good Latino stream outfit. Day 22, trimmed his hair, looks great. Day 23, that was a wild day. That was yesterday. And then day 24, the stash is back. Look at that. That's an hour ago. Every day, baby. Service food. Drawings are great. I love your own style. I love how well you guys do it.
He went shield? That's crazy. They hampered their DPS. He went shield. Oh well. Whatever, whatever.
Dude, are you fucking joking? Now I'm down there. I'd rather watch the fucking ads at the top of the hour than watch another Lisa Barlow ad, okay? Except, guess what? If I run the top of the hour ad break right now, you might get a Lisa Barlow ad. And you don't want to see those ads. What do? You fucking subscribe. There's nothing else to do. And she's still coming up on my fucking timeline. You motherfuckers. But listen, all you need to do is subscribe here. It will be at the top of the hour. 50 subs is right there. He's fucking right there. He just reached 50 subs. How did that happen? Right there, and thank you for 5 subs. Here's what we're at right
I'll see you soon, Leo.
Lisa Barlow? Nah, Lisa Helmer. Das Autopussy. Oh my god, there's a bullshit. Just know everything is coming to stuff. Beezilla 123, thank you for the 10 gifted subs as